Welcome to Insulite Health, where we empower women with PCOS to transform their lives. You can find us at InsuliteHealth.com. You're watching The Weekly Tip with Robin Nielsen, Chief Wellness Officer.
Hey, I'm Robin Nielsen. Welcome to Weekly Tips. Let's talk about food as medicine because the kitchen is one of my happiest places. That's because I get to make amazing meals that taste good and make me feel so good. I've gotten so I don't like to eat out very much anymore because the food just isn't as yummy. And I drive the server crazy with all my special requests. We'll talk more about easy tips for dining out later. Growing up, I never learned how to cook. My mother told me that I would have to cook soon enough, so she did all the cooking. But I did learn how to bake because I loved baked goods, and cookies were my favorite. For my wedding shower, I had to make a chocolate cake without a recipe. No problem. I whipped it up in about 15 minutes. I could bake food that made me feel good at first. Of course, it tasted delicious, but much later I felt terrible and I didn't even know why. But I didn't know how to make food that could make me feel good until much later in life because I had no idea that what I ate caused my many symptoms of PCOS, like acne, inflammation, weight gain, and even my horrible moods. Now I can cook up many delicious meals because what I eat matters for PCOS, and that got my attention. So let's start with one of my favorite go-to meals, the shake. A shake is a fantastic, easy, quick, delicious tasting meal that's easy to digest. Let me translate. You can eat it on the go and no other meal you can. So for a quick refresher, the special formula for creating every meal is to always combine a healthy protein, fat, and carbohydrate every time you eat, and you've got a hormone-balanced meal. So right now we're going to make a shake. Okay, so let's make a shake. So remember, we're going to use a healthy protein, fat, and carbohydrate. So my healthy protein choices are, I like these two. There's the pure pea, which is just pea protein. And this one is very interesting. It's called pure paleo, and it's actually made from grass-fed cows. So it's a beef protein. Tastes very much like a whey protein, but it's beef, so there's no dairy. And we'll show you where you can get these on our store. So these are my protein choices. My carbohydrate choices are actually, I have almond milk here. I've got some greens I'm going to throw in there. These are just some baby lettuce that I happen to have on hand that I'm going to throw in. And I've got a zucchini, which I'm going to throw in there because I have it on hand, right? Great carbohydrate choice. And I have a little cucumber, very cooling, amazing for the skin. And I have my, my frozen raspberries that I got at Trader Joe's, organic of course. And then I've got a little ginger on hand, so I thought this would give it a little spice and great anti-inflammatory, so I'm going to throw that in. And some flaxseed. Now we're moving on to healthy fats. So flaxseed is fantastic fiber and great healthy fat, a lot of beautiful omega-3s. I get the organic and I get it ground in an opaque bag so that it doesn't get impacted by the light. And then I have some yummy crunchy almond butter on hand, so I'm going to throw some of that in too just to make it extra delicious. And those are my healthy fats. And then I use, as a base, I use some fresh spring water, so I'm going to pour that in. And I'm going to add, I have a little bit of almond milk here, so I'm going to add some almond milk. And I like the richness of coconut milk, and that's a great healthy fat as well, so I'm going to add a little bit of coconut milk. These are unsweetened, so this is so delicious, and it's unsweetened. And this is Pacific Organic Almond Milk, which is also unsweetened, and it's vanilla flavored, so you can always add your own vanilla too. So I'm going to put a little bit, whoops, a little bit of coconut milk in there. Okay, and now I'm going to do my carbohydrates, right? So I'm going to put a nice big handful of greens. That gives me some good fiber and some really good vitamins and minerals. I'm going to add in a few slices of zucchini, and I'm going to add in some beautiful cucumber. Most any blender can blend this all up. This happens to be a Blend Tech, but you do not have to have a fancy blender. And then just a little bit of ginger, just a little tiny bit of ginger because it's pretty strong. Then I'm going to put my berries in there, about a cup of berries. This is actually a serving size for 2 people. And then I'll put a couple tablespoons of flax in there. I don't measure, so I'll just put a little bit in there, like that. Great fiber, great fat, fantastic for helping to balance hormones. Flax is terrific for that. And then I'm going to add a little almond butter, just because it tastes so good, so some little extra fat in there. And then I actually blend this all up before I put in the protein powder. That's so that the protein powder doesn't get too airy and fluffy. So let's blend this up. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and add the protein powders. You want to make sure that you get at least 20 to 25 grams of protein per serving, or per meal rather. So 20 to 25 grams of protein per meal. So I'm going to put in, I have to measure this out. So this pure pea, you want 2 scoops for 20 grams. And because I'm making this for 2 people, I'm going to add, I like to mix these, as you can see. I'm going to add a scoop of this. So 1 scoop of the pure paleo is 21 grams. So I'm going to add that in. And then all I do is just blend it very gently. And I'm done. And now I have this absolutely delicious smoothie. Here, I'll pour it in here. Put it back in my little measuring cup here. So now you have a delicious meal on the go, if you need it for on the go. Or you can sit down and enjoy it because it's really, really delicious. So many great flavors. All right, here's your to-do this week. Make a delicious smoothie.
As always, the best discussions happen after the episode over at InsuliteHealth.com. Head on over there now and leave a comment. Did you like this video? If so, subscribe to our YouTube channel and share it with all of your friends who you think might benefit. And if you want even more great resources, plus some insights from Robin that she only talks about in email, come on over to InsuliteHealth.com and grab your free PCOS Diet Success Jumpstart Guide to get regular email updates. We'll see you next week.